Lewis Hamilton walked into the Belgian paddock this week and told Ferrari something that should make every Ferrari fan uncomfortable. He said, "If we want a real chance of victory at Spa, we need to do a significantly better job than we have done so far. In recent races, we have made too many small errors, both in understanding the tires and in the strategic decisions from the pit wall during the race. At these levels, against such strong opponents, perfection is not optional. It is the minimum requirement." That was published by the Italian press yesterday. The English-language F1 media largely missed it. And they missed the most important part because Hamilton is not venting. He is making a list. He knows exactly which errors he means. And the history of Ferrari in 2026 confirms every single one of them. Start with what Hamilton said before Barcelona, because it makes Spa-land differently. Before the Spanish Grand Prix, he said, "It will take a perfect job from all of us to fight Mercedes for a win." Ferrari then delivered the perfect job. The pit stops were flawless. The strategy was precise. Hamilton executed his race plan and won. He said afterward, literally, the pit stops were fantastic. The strategy was so on point. That is the version of Ferrari Hamilton needs at Spa. The version that existed for one race in Barcelona. The version that has not consistently existed since. Melbourne, race 1 of the season. Ferrari had 2 separate virtual safety car windows where pitting would have saved 10 seconds of lap time with minimal track position loss. Hamilton was on the radio. "At least one of us should have come in." Ferrari said no. Mercedes pitted both cars and double-stacked them. Ferrari finished 3rd and 4th when they could have fought for the win. Sky Sports F1 analyst Bernie Collins said the yellow flag had been out for 19 seconds at the point when Ferrari could still have reacted for Hamilton. Canada. Hamilton was leading. Another virtual safety car. Ferrari missed the window again. Hamilton questioned the decision on the radio for the second time in 3 races. Austria. Hamilton specifically requested a 3-stop strategy before the race. He had studied the tire data. He believed the medium tire would not last a 2-stop window. Ferrari refused his request. He finished 5th, 26 seconds behind Russell, on a strategy he had told them was wrong before the lights went out. Silverstone. Hamilton was running 2nd with 4 laps to go. The safety car came out. Ferrari called him in. He did not know he would lose a position. He said afterward, "If I had known, I wouldn't have pitted." Russell stayed out. The race ended without a restart. Hamilton finished 3rd instead of 2nd. 3 points gone. 4 separate races, 4 separate errors, and the category is always the same, a decision from the pit wall that either ignored Hamilton's read, mismanaged the timing, or failed to model the consequence if conditions did not change. Rob Smedley worked at Ferrari from 2004 to 2013. He knows how the pit wall thinks. He knows what a number 1 strategy looks like compared to a balanced 2-driver strategy. He said this week on the High Performance Racing podcast that Ferrari's only chance of winning the Drivers' Championship with Hamilton is to give him unconditional support. His exact words, "I actually think that doing something as extreme as that is the only chance Ferrari has of winning this world championship. If they play the game of trying to outpace Mercedes in car terms, and then play the game of allowing the drivers to race each other with such a big gap between Lewis and Charles, the probability significantly diminishes. That is their one and only strategy." Hamilton is 32 points behind Antonelli. This is the last race before the summer break. And he just told Ferrari publicly in the Belgian paddock that what happened in Melbourne, Canada, Austria, and Silverstone cannot happen again at Spa. Here is what makes this specific to Spa, rather than a general complaint. Spa-Francorchamps is a circuit where strategic decisions arrive faster and with less warning than almost anywhere else on the calendar. Safety cars are common. The circuit is 7 kilometers long. Rain arrives without warning in the Ardennes. And the layout creates situations where the gap between pitting and staying out closes in seconds. It is exactly the kind of circuit where the specific errors Hamilton is describing become most expensive. In 2025, Hamilton started the Belgian Grand Prix from the pit lane. Ferrari fitted a new power unit after a qualifying session where he finished 16th. He had been 18th in sprint qualifying and 15th in the sprint race. He apologized to Ferrari afterward, called his own performance unacceptable, but the car that year was not this car, and the relationship was not this relationship. He was a driver trying to find his feet in an environment that did not yet speak his language. He came back to Spa this year with a win, 5 podiums, and a contract for 2027 confirmed by Vasseur with one word. He came back as the driver who rebuilt the car around himself, whose setup philosophy Leclerc adopted mid-weekend at Silverstone, whose instinct overruled the simulator and was proven right. The ultimatum at Spa is not a man who is struggling. It is a man who knows exactly what he is capable of, exactly what the car is capable of, and exactly which variable has been inconsistent. He is not asking Ferrari to be faster. He is asking the pit wall to match the rest of the operation. Vasseur was asked this week if Hamilton would race for Ferrari in 2027. He said yes. One word, no hesitation. That matters because it tells you the relationship is not broken. Hamilton is not asking to leave. He is not angling for an exit. He is demanding that the team he is committed to for another season starts operating at the level he knows they are capable of. Barcelona proved what that level looks like. Hamilton said before that race that perfection would be required. Ferrari gave him perfection, a 3-stop strategy they executed without hesitation. Pit stops that were flawless, no questionable calls, no missed windows. Hamilton crossed the line nearly 20 seconds clear. He said afterward, the strategy was so on point. At Spa, the demands are different, but the standard is the same. Spa's long straights mean the first safety car of the race is the most important strategic event of the afternoon. The gap between reacting in 2 seconds and reacting in 20 seconds is the difference between track position and losing it. The gap between pitting and not pitting under a yellow flag is sometimes the entire race. Hamilton knows this circuit better than anyone on the grid. He has 5 wins here. He has driven it in the wet, in the dry, from the front, from the back. He does not need Ferrari to be clever. He needs Ferrari to be decisive. The same decisiveness that produced Barcelona. Barcelona proved Ferrari can be perfect. 5 races since Barcelona proved they are not consistently perfect. Hamilton's ultimatum at Spa is the gap between those 2 facts and whether the pit wall closes it before Sunday. Was Hamilton right to say it publicly before the race? Does a public ultimatum make Ferrari better, or does it create pressure that makes the same errors more likely? And if Ferrari makes the same category of call at Spa that they made at Silverstone, what does 47 points behind Antonelli going into the summer break actually mean for this title fight? Give me your exact calculation in the comments. Subscribe, the race strategy breakdown drops before Sunday.